There are 5 common mistakes Sellvia users make with their online store. And those are often the reasons they don't get enough sales. In this video, I will cover those mistakes and tell you how you can easily fix them. If you already have an online store or work with clients who do, this video is definitely for you. So let's start. Reason 1. No traffic, ads are off or starved. Let's take a look at this example. In the last 30 days, this store had 27 visitors. That's not nice. See this toggle up here? It means that ads are turned off. No paid campaigns are running either. In other words, the store is working as intended, but no one visits it. I know why this happens. The owner is afraid to waste money on ads and hopes for organic traffic to come by or relies on SEO from a brand new domain. He may have posted a couple of links in his socials, but nothing works. Let's make it clear. First of all, note your conversion rate. What is it? The conversion rate is the percentage of users who bought from your store out of the total number of visitors. If it is around 2 to 3%, you need at least a couple of hundred targeted visitors just to see your first few orders, not 27 people, half of which are probably your relatives or friends. So, what's the solution? First, we simply turn advertising on. In this case, we switched on the built-in ads package and added a small daily budget on top of that, just around $10 a day to test. We used Sellvia's automated advertising and added some ideas of our own. By the way, your Sellvia Growth Manager can help you decide what's a reasonable starting budget. Then, and it is very important, don't touch anything for 14 days. No rage quitting. Be patient. Let the system collect data and send real traffic to the site. Let it brew. Within a week, the store finally has numbers worth analyzing. Around 300 visitors and our first 2 orders. Nothing crazy yet, but at least we are out of the zero zone. So once again, if your store has no sales and your traffic graph is a flat line, this is the first thing to check. You can't optimize what doesn't exist. Reason 2. Ads start, then stop. No consistency. Now, the second scenario, different store, but a problem I mentioned previously. Take a look. The ads were running for 3 days, about $40 spent, then a full stop for a month. No sales came in those 3 days. The owner got nervous, hit pause and stalled the process. The result is predictable. The system doesn't have enough data to know which visitors are most likely to buy, and every new campaign starts from scratch again and again. The solution here is very simple. If you can only spend around, let's say, $100 on ads this month, don't burn it in 3 days. Spread it across the whole month and commit to that. You give the platform time to find people who actually click and buy. As a result, you get to know your target audience, demographics, territory, and which ad creatives get more clicks. Otherwise, you are just spending small amounts without really testing anything. So just forget about this start-stop ad strategy if you don't want to get stuck with 0 sales. Either don't run ads at all or run them long enough to learn something. Reason number 3. Orders are there, but nobody processes them. Now, here's a different kind of trouble. Here we have a store that managed to get traffic and even orders, but look at the orders. New orders sitting here for 5 days. Some of them expired because payment wasn't confirmed in time, and a few of them even cancelled. I'm pretty sure angry emails are already accumulating at this point. I would be mad if my order wasn't processed for 5 days. Treat every unprocessed order as a person who spent money, trusted your website, and sat there waiting for an update. To fix this, we did just 3 things. First of all, a simple but strict rule. all orders must be processed the same day or next morning at the latest. Don't wait for orders to come to batch process them in one sitting. Once a day, you confirm payments and push orders to fulfillment or deposits. And then we fixed the deposit balance. Many owners simply run out of balance, so orders stop going through to suppliers and they pile up. You don't need a huge amount, just enough to cover your average day or two of orders and add funds on a regular basis. Third, we added basic email updates. When an order is confirmed, the customer receives an email. If there is a delay, they first learn about it from you and not from the tracking page after 5 days of silence. After these changes, returns dropped and repeat orders started appearing. Remember, don't ghost people, especially after they pay you. If you don't want to deal with it, Sellvia has automated order processing. It's really that simple. Reason 4. The store doesn't look ready for business. Now, this is another example. When you open this store, we immediately notice a few things. The address bar shows a long technical subdomain instead of a normal domain name. The logo is just plain text that looks like a placeholder. The product page has one short sentence for description, no reviews, no clear information about shipping or returns. Sure, nothing is broken, but it gives like a shady vibe. It doesn't make customers feel at ease. If a store owner couldn't make it look good, why would they trust them with their money? So to fix it, we did a few simple things. Registered a short domain name and connected it. Uploaded a clean text logo that looked intentional at least. Expanded the description and answered basic questions. What we sell? Who is it for? What problem it solves? Added a clear shipping and returns block on the page. We turned on imported reviews for the product to add social proof instead of a blank section. After that, the store still wasn't a luxury brand, but it stopped looking like a test page. The bounce rate from product pages dropped and the add to cart rate went up. You don't need a fancy design agency. You need a domain, some proof that real people bought the product, and answers to really obvious questions. Reason 5. No follow-up. Visitors come once and disappear. In this test store, we see that there were around 500 visitors in the last month. 24 people made a purchase. Not great. To fix this issue, we did this. With the email marketing feature, we created a monthly newsletter that showed the current bestsellers, offered a short tip related to the niche, and a little bonus for existing customers. And within a month, we started to see extra orders that previously were just being lost. Email didn't replace ads, but it took a part of the load off. The store no longer depended 100% on cold traffic. If your store has some activity but the returning customers line is flat, check your follow-up. Most platforms, including Sellvia, already actually have tools for this. They just need to be used, at least in a simple way. Wrap up: how to use this for your own store. So, what did we actually see across these stores? First, no traffic or traffic that gets cut off before it has time to work. Second, orders coming in but not being processed properly. And third, a shop front that doesn't look ready for real customers. And fourth, missing follow-up, so visitors come once and never hear from you again. All of these issues were under the owner's control. Here's what I suggest you do after this video. If you are using Sellvia and you are not sure how to fix what you see, talk to your growth manager. Ask the manager to walk through your account with you the same way like we walked through these examples today. And if you don't use Sellvia yet, follow the link in the description and just get a turnkey store that has automated promotion for an easy start. Stores don't stay at zero because of one big secret. They just miss a few basic things that are either off or ignored for months. That's it for this breakdown. I hope you saw at least one thing you can apply to your own store. Click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye!